Hello, this is Randall with the Philippines Project, and I just wanted to stop this afternoon. We're out on the farm, and just thank everybody who watches the channel. I really do appreciate it. So many people. There's no way I didn't make a list, but off the top of my head, Andrew Willison. You're always commenting in there, Ron. Of course, Ron Philpott. I think he's got well over 100 comments on the channel. So many. There's, I think, Smart Guy Biz, something like that. He's made a lot of comments. Andy in Germany, you made a lot of comments. Maybe one day we can get back and have another beer like we had up in northern Philippines so many years ago. But and I met some people. A lot of people don't comment on the channel, and that's okay. Alan, I want to give a shout out to you. You know who you are if you're watching. Alan gave me an idea to, he said, man, you can make content on anything. We were sitting in Iloilo City enjoying a decent meal, and he said, you could make a video about walking across the street in the Philippines, what it's like. And I did that this morning. It's not up yet, but I'm out here on the farm, and all the sights and sounds out here on the farm. There's no internet out here. I'm really gonna buy Starlink and put out here because we're spending a lot more time. This will be the fourth night I've spent in Alibhon, which is called San Miguel here in Guimaras. And I call it Alibhon because that's what the locals call it, but it's not on the map that way. But anyway, that's where most of the town is, close to the Jordan Wharf. Just go about 9.1 km to my place, and you get to see one of the biggest mango trees I've ever seen. And I'm gonna just ramble a little bit. I don't do that very often, but I feel like sometimes I'm not really connecting. I'm just kind of going through the motions, and I apologize for that. I was thinking the other day, my content is just, I'll go through the garden, and then I'll show you what's going on in the house, and I've got some of that loaded up, ready to go too. But, and also about the water conservation stuff I'm trying. That's little by little, bit by bit. But we are actually going to start producing some mangoes, at least 6 or 8 trees. We've already bought the stuff that makes the mangoes flower. If you hear beats in the background, I don't know how far we are from Iloilo City, but that's the Dinigang going on, and it's the last day. So tomorrow sometime we'll head back to Pavia, and I'm going to stay there a few days. I got some business things to do at the house, some phone calls I've got to make, and but anyway, I've enjoyed the channel since I've been back. I've just been trying to put up more kind of content. I've been putting up some shorts because those short videos on YouTube will actually pretty consistently bring new people to the channel. That's why I do it. Plus I can kind of repurpose or pre-purpose some of that shorts content, on a longer video that I'm working on. And really what I should do, I should make it as a preview to the video that I'm putting out. That's probably the right way to do it. But I'm just learning little by little, and I've been in this about 2 or 3 years, and I'm almost to 6,000 subscribers. I was 5,900 the other day, and I put out a little post in community that I was 5,900, and then somebody dropped off, maybe 1 or 2, but that happens. It's no big deal. But I want to continue to produce good Philippines related content for people that are interested, and expats that are going to try to move to the Philippines. And I think a lot of people just, they maybe have been here before several times and miss it. That's kind of what I think, what I would watch if I was back home. And so I try to do that. I know my videos, the audio is not always great. I've put off buying one of these microphones because they're with my beard and everything, they scrape, and it just sounds worse than not having a microphone sometimes. And I can do some things in the video editing software that I've got in CapCut to kind of reduce the noise a little bit. But anyway, I hope that's okay for you. to be honest, I watch every video before I publish it on my TV to kind of see how the sound is. I've been doing that since I've been back, and hopefully it's a little bit better, but it's not really where I want it to be. But I'm not a big production company. I discussed this with my friend Alan here in Iloilo, and he's done a lot of video editing. He's had all the fancy equipment. He did it as a business, so I may reach out to him, see what I need to do. But he said just keep putting out content, and who knows where it'll take you. But I do appreciate all the 5,900 subscribers I have, all the people that watch that aren't even subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, I'll put this away. My buddy on YouTube, Camping with Steve, he doesn't know me, but I support him. He says, consider subscribing. Talk it over with your family. See if it's the right move for you. I think that's hilarious. But anyway, if you like this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you'll see it in your feed when it comes up. I don't care about notification bell. That thing, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and they say that thing really does it. Not too many people. I don't have time every time a bell goes off to jump and watch some dude's video. I'm very sporadic, and I watch videos like if I want to know something. I've learned so much on YouTube, that it's just amazing, the things I've been able to accomplish. When I first started my businesses back in 2010, I didn't know anything about being a businessman. I didn't know anything about accounting. I didn't know anything about sales. I just had worked in some jobs. I've worked in some sales jobs, but I was a truck driver whenever I quit FedEx and went to work on my own. And if you're interested in hearing about that, let me know. Go down in the comments and let me know. I'm just relaxing on a Sunday afternoon out here in Guimaras Island. The breezes are blowing really nice today. I can find plenty of spots of shade. There's plenty of roosters back there. Someday I'll take you over there and show you. They're actually a cockfighting. They do cockfighting for fun and what do they used to say? For fun and profit. They do it. I was over there trimming some branches close to the fence, and they've got all these little cages, I guess some of their top roosters, and they've even got a little arena over there just for their own use. They're not taking bets or anything over there, but they're training their roosters to do cockfighting. Like it or not, it's a fixture here in the Philippines that I don't think is going to go away anytime soon. I've never been to a cockfight, but this guy, they go all over the place, and that's the ambiance of living out here in Tamborong. You're going to hear the cockfighting going on. And I'm about 8 minutes in. This is just a rambling video, but I had some thoughts today, a couple different thoughts. One, I was trying to, and sometimes I think maybe I should go somewhere else other than the Philippines and retire. And sometimes the Philippines, the old saying, if you've been here, they call it death by 1,000 paper cuts. The inefficiencies, the lack of customer service, the lack of infrastructure, not infrastructure like clean water, and just a lot of things, really good internet access, stuff like that can really, it can kind of get on your nerves after a while. I mean, you can go to a store to get chicken and, they tell you not available. There's a lot of things that can get on your nerves, but you really have to adjust yourself. And that's what I try to do. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to, oh my gosh, I'm going to shut the video off for a minute. Yeah, I don't know how much longer this video is going to go because those drums are really going over in Iloilo City. And you wouldn't think you could hear it, but you can drive down the road a little ways. I can see Iloilo City across the Guimaras Strait, Iloilo Guimaras Strait. So the sound really travels across that water, I guess. But anyway, yeah, there's frustrations here, just like today. Well, I bought that tricycle before I left and went back to the States back in August 1st. And I told them, anything you need, just let's get it fixed, right? And so I made sure they did some things. They got new shocks, they got a new ignition system, new sprocket, because it's a 125. It didn't pull itself very good, so we had to put a new sprocket on it. several things like that. We just put brakes on it yesterday or day before, new brakes, and so many things that are wrong with it because maintenance is just not high on the list here in the Philippines because it's money out of pocket. And so I wanted to get the alignment done. Well, I left in August. I come back in December and the alignment's still not done. I would ask about it from time to time. Oh yeah, mommy out, mommy out. You know, it's always later. And you know, as an American, you know, you set goals, and I like, one of my favorite little phrases is, I want to put some points on the board. You know, I want to get some things done and feel like I've accomplished something. But you know, it's just not that way here. It's just not. I can get all frustrated, and sometimes I do, but I don't. You know, I keep my cool. I don't throw a fit. Nobody else knows it but me and maybe my wife. But it's like today. We set it up yesterday. We went by the place to do the alignment, talked to the guy, shook hands. You know, knew where he was at, and we said, well, 10 o'clock tomorrow. I think a star apple almost fell on me. 10 o'clock tomorrow we'll be by and we'll drop the tricycle off. It's Sunday. We have all day to work on it. We'll pick it up 4 or 5. Well, you know, last night I said, okay, let's get to bed early. Let's get up early so we can get over to the property so they can get back by 10 o'clock into Guimaras and drop that tricycle off so we can get the alignment done. It may not all be an all-day job, but it's a job. So I wanted to get it done today, and I thought, good. Finally got this thing settled. We're going to get the alignment done. And if you don't know, if it's not aligned properly and you're going up a hill and the tricycle starts to get under a bind, that front wheel will start hopping, and you've got to hold it straight with the handlebars as you're going up the hill. And I don't really drive it much. Michael drives it, and he picks us up and he runs around and gets parts and stuff. But I wanted to get the alignment done. It's like 2,500 pesos, which is about $40, $50. Not a lot of money, but it's just been put off since August, and this is in January. January's almost over. So it's just stuff like that. I was kicking back in a little hammock after lunch. That's what we do here, and just thinking about everything. And so, we had to go get some parts, some plumbing for the new dirty kitchen. We had to get some plywood. They had to run to town. One of the brothers had to go get a massage, you know, because I mean he's been working so dang hard, mixing concrete, filling wheelbarrows with dirt, carrying it across the property, carrying water. I mean, these guys, you know, it sounds like I'm ragging on them a little bit, but they have worked like literal champs, and I'm actually concerned about them, and you know, make sure they have water, make sure they eat good, and try to get some rest. And Sunday's kind of a rest day. They're working. We pay them full pay, but kind of like we take the foot off the gas pedal on Sundays. But yeah, it's not going to get done today. The alignment's not going to get done. So now it's Tuesday. Well, it's August, now it's still Tuesday of this coming week. But these kind of things, it's hard as an American, and you know, as a former business owner, and it's just built into the American culture to want to see some results. And here it's just more a laissez-faire attitude. Laissez-faire, I don't think I've ever used that word. But anyway, you can tell me what it means. But it's just so relaxed, and you know, we all think, man, I want to retire and I just want to relax and kick back in a hammock underneath a shade tree. And yeah, you can do that, but I'm telling you, when you're here, you're also going to want to get a few things done, you know? I don't want to run the motor oil until, you know, the piston rings wear out. You know, I want it changed on a regular basis, you know. And one thing I've noticed about Filipino culture, and it's going to sound like I'm really talking bad about it, but what I am talking about is the reality of it. And I've noticed this, and a lot of it's because of poverty here in the Philippines, and I'd say 99% of it. But I told my wife the other day, they don't have any to-do list. Their to-do list is when something breaks down and they can't use it anymore, then they have a to-do list of one. You know, then they have to get that motorcycle fixed. They have to fix that faucet, or they have to fix the electrical problem that's been going by. going bad on them or whatever it is. And it's always, you wait until the very last point in time, and then you have to fix it. But what happens is it's usually more expensive to do that if you just do a little maintenance little by little. But again, it's the way it is here, and I'm not trying to change it. I'm not sitting here in frustration about it. It is mildly frustrating to me, but I'm like, people just spend all their money here. They just spend all their money, and they never have money for oil changes. They never have money for, whatever it is. It's something breaks, they just, bubble gum and tie it up with a, piece of alambre or wire or something like that, and they go on their way, and that's fine for them. That's the way they live. So it's an adjustment for, a person who retires and comes back here to the Philippines and tries to live. It'll be frustrating. I've got a friend of mine that's moving back, and he sold everything he had, and he moved over here. He bought some land, was going to build a house, and he decided, and his body decided, that this wasn't the right place for him. He likes to be in air conditioning. I can absolutely identify with that. And he likes to be a short distance to Walmart. I can associate with that. I mean, the Walmart drug prices are cheaper. Access to medical care is going to be better there as a rule. And so I get it. But my point is, if you're going to move here, think about it, because one thing, it's hot here. I'm not a person who really tolerates the heat really, really well. Some people, you live in Florida, I love the heat, man, I just love to sweat all day. That is not me. That's just not me. I have to condition myself and prepare myself mentally to not complain about it, and I can get myself in that situation. I'll just like, okay, here we are, get a shower, then get out there. It seems like for me, that new sweat doesn't bother me as if you've been sweating a little bit all day, then you sweat and you just feel, as they say here in the Philippines, malagkit, that's sticky. And you just feel like you've had molasses poured all over your body, and it's just nasty feeling. I just want to shower and a good air conditioning and kick back and watch some TV. But hey, you can do that in the Philippines, but it's like you're under house arrest all the time. So it's another adjustment that I've had to make, and just to get out here. It's perfect out here right now. It's kind of the winter time. It's kind of the dry season. It's not near as dry as it was last year. We've got greenery, and the plants are growing. I've been chopping down some small saplings and stuff with a machete, and just trying to put the trees and the plants back into the ground, let them rot, let them drop where they are, and try to build the soil. That's what I'm trying to do. But anyway, sorry for a rambling video, but I don't know. I just feel like I haven't really been connecting with you guys, and I apologize for that. It's easy to turn the camera on. Sometimes you don't even see my face, and I know it ain't nothing to look at, but if you don't look a man eye to eye, or a woman, it's a little hard to communicate like that. And I don't have a fancy channel. I just try to document what I'm doing, and sometimes I do a pretty good job, sometimes I don't, and sometimes I get disgusted because I'm not making progress, and sometimes I feel great about doing it, almost every day. But my goal is to give you one, good edited video per week, at the very least, and to put up 2 to 3 shorts a week, maybe preview the video coming up. But that seems to be working. I was at like 3,500 views per month in 28 days when I got back to the Philippines. And now we're up over 7,000 views. That's still not very high, but what I like about it, I'm being consistent, and the growth now is pretty consistent. Even the subscribers are being consistent. They're continually stepping up a little bit. So I appreciate, again, all you guys, especially the charter members, I'll call you, of the channel. I really appreciate you. And there's a lot of charter members out there that have never commented, and I still appreciate you. I've met people in Iloilo that are expats, and they say, yeah, I watch your channel all the time. I'm like, have you ever commented? No. I'm like, why wouldn't you comment? But you know how many videos I watch? I never comment on them. So hey, if you've been watching the channel a long time, just drop a hello or something like that. Let me know you're out there, so I know who you are. And if you don't, that's okay too. Remember, talk it over with your family. Make sure it's a good idea to subscribe to the channel. So anyway, that's all I've got today, and I'll see you next time. Oh, one more thing, kind of a sad note. I don't know how many ever have watched this guy. He was a YouTuber in the Philippines for a few years, and you know, there's a lot of different opinions on this guy. I'll just say his name's Rick Shaw, and he was up somewhere in Luzon, and I used to watch him when I was back home in America, and he would just get out every day and walk his neighborhood. And he had a really long gray beard. I thought that was kind of cool. Skinny guy. He was kind of into motorcycles, so I'd listen to him, and he got, you know, a little bit political on there from time to time. At least he knew where he stood. And then he kind of got disillusioned with the whole thing, and him and his wife broke up. And he did get to take his son, his oldest son, which he's still probably 7, 8, 10 years old. They moved back to I think Michigan. I could be wrong, but right now he's and he still consistently posts every few days, and he's only got maybe 3,000 something subscribers. But he did this a long time, and he's got cancer. He's in the hospital, and or something like, well, yeah, he's got cancer. He's taking some kind of treatments, and he looks pretty rough, and he feels pretty rough. So if you know him, look him up and just give him a comment in there, encouragement. Tell him you're going to pray for him or whatever it is. Just encourage him in some way, and I would appreciate that. Thanks.